Welcome back to Level Up. Today I'm going to show you how to get inside this Dank Crypt and how to get all of the goodies. So make sure that you smash that like button, hit that notification bell, and let's get straight into the video. So to get to the ancient door which leads you to the Dank Crypt, you need to come to the Ravaged beach right here. Head on up a little bit, you should meet Shadowheart, and then this is going to give you a waypoint that is going to lead you inside here. You can lockpick, get inside, but there's loads of traps. So follow me in this direction and you'll be able to find another way in, plus a full party of companions. So for a full party, you're going to have 3 different companions and yourself. You should already have Shadowheart if you have asked her to join your party. I highly suggest do that. And if you follow me in this direction, you are going to find your second companion. Once you come to this location here, you're going to meet your second companion called Asterion, and you're going to have a cutscene with him, so I ain't going to spoil that, but then you're going to want to head in this direction afterwards. So once you come to this location right here, you should be able to interact with this portal and pull out your third and final companion. Then follow me in this direction and then we should be able to start accessing the crypt. So once you are outside the crypt entrance, you are going to then come to this corner here and you're going to dig up this treasure. So this is one piece of treasure that is hidden in this location, and there's going to be another one that I'm going to show you in a second. There is several throughout the Ravaged beach, so I have got a guide down below in my description. Check that out if you guys haven't already, and that's going to show you about 6 locations where you can find hidden treasure in this part of the map very early on, and it can give you a massive head start. Once you have collected these treasures, head down in this direction, and if you are a dex build, you should be able to lockpick this door and enter through. This is going to lead you to a crypt full of dead enemies though, so I highly suggest don't go that way. Follow me that way instead, and you are going to come to a cutscene where you're going to have to either use one of your skills to persuade these people to leave. I suggest that you do that if you are early on and you haven't had any fights to level you up to be more powerful to take these out. If you haven't got any high damage weapons or anything like that, there's no point taking them on because these enemies have a high amount of health. Once you have convinced them to leave though, you will have 2 options to gain access. So you can see there's a cracked tile on the floor. If you head up in this direction and equip your bow and try and aim for the pillar above the cracked tile, you can make this foundation block drop down onto that tile and you can access through it that way. But that's not the way I like to go in. The most simplest way for me personally is by going down here, and make sure that on your journey you do collect all of the different backpacks and the pouches and the chests, just because every bit of loot at this point helps out massively. And if you are struggling for a shovel, then you can find one right here. So go up towards this door and you're going to have another moment where you're going to have to do a persuasion check. So this can be deception, this could also be performance, or any other skills that you have got. I do suggest that you guys add the bonuses on for this because you want to make sure that you do succeed. If not, you're going to have to find another way in. Once inside, you are then going to be attacked by this bandit. So what I suggest that you guys do is just do a flurry of damage as quick as you possibly can and try and make one of your mages put him to sleep. If you put him to sleep, this does a crit damage on him and you can kill him pretty much instantly. I like trying to do that with different bandits and different attacks in general. Play around with your abilities at the start of this game. Putting people to sleep and doing crit damage is a massive help when it comes to combat. So really in this room there's nothing really of a massive value. So what I like to do is the looter's trunk, and I like to get the supply catch. This is really good for when you are using a camp and refreshing all of your abilities and everything like that. Once you are in this room, because you have got supplies, what I suggest that you guys do is set up a camp ready for the next part. So basically there's going to be another 2 battles just up ahead past this door. So you need to make sure you've got all your skills and you're fully ready to go. So as soon as you open this door, a bandit's going to run off to the back of the hall. Let them do this. Basically what you should be doing at this point is setting up your party with loads of grease attacks and breaking the oil barrel, just making sure that when these bandits rush on through, you can use Shadowheart or someone else in your party to hurl a fireball at the grease. It's going to set up loads of explosions, and this is going to do a massive amount of damage to these enemies, and it's going to give you a really big advantage. So I highly suggest that you do that, because these can be quite grueling at the start when you're in a high level. Once you have collected all the loot from them, you are then going to enter this room here, collect all the books and all the different types of loot. There's quite a bit of loot in here. I think there's 2 chests also. Once you go behind this statue though, there will be a skull that pops up. Press that and it's going to open a lock on the door just up ahead outside of this shrine. So to our left here, this door is now open and it's going to lead you to another room where you can take 2 options. So you can take a left or you can take a right. So if you take the right, you are then in the sarcophagus room and there's loads of traps in here. Follow me in this direction, come straight to this pillar, press the button, and then what you want to do is come over to here and disarm all the traps. You need to use your dex again, so make sure you add all the bonuses on so you don't trigger any traps. And this is going to be literally the easiest way. There is another way by placing vases on top of all of them panels, as you can see, and that stops the gas, but this then gives you the uncommon weapon. So then what you will do once you've looted everything is come back into this room and make sure you pick up everything right here. There's quite a bit that you can actually loot, so make sure that you do go around and collect everything. Once you've got this final chest, then head on inside and you should be able to open this door with the engraved key. And what you will do then is split all of your party. So once you split all your party, you're going to make sure that one of them is by this area here, which is next to the button. Then you're going to make sure one is to the far left, and once you have done that, you are going to make sure someone is on the far right. So you're basically setting them up ready for these enemies to turn alive, and you are going to get a massive advantage of that. Instead of running and splitting up your party to do different things, you can just do it straight here. So these mages can do abundance of damage. Highly suggest that you take out the mages as fast as you possibly can, and then focus on the warrior, because he is obviously the one with the most health. This can be very time consuming though, because the warrior can tend to dodge a lot of attacks, which was the case for me. So I highly suggest that you guys focus on the mages first, because they can do damage even though they haven't got a lot of health. So highly suggest that you go this route. Once you have taken out all of these enemies, then you're going to follow me back down this location here and where you press the button. If you go inside here, there will be a chest to our right. Open this chest and this is going to give you the amulet of lost voices. Basically, this amulet is a rare amulet and it lets you speak with the dead, and this is something that you can only do in the later game, and this gives you it very early on, which is a massive advantage when it comes to certain quest lines, because it gives you some answers to help you find clues you probably would have missed. So once you've done that, then open the sarcophagus and you'll be able to speak to Withers. He's someone that can revive fallen allies, so someone you definitely want. And that is basically the Dank Crypt. Thanks for watching. Hopefully see you in the next one. Peace.